Hey, it's Fosung Elizabeth Cookye, CEO Mistress Secretary of Goddesses Incorporated, and the ultimate mascot dealing with anything with anime, Bisoujo Senshi, and women of the fighting game universe. Now, this episode 28 is a special episode because it's a response video to a really positive gay figure who's on YouTube. His name is Xem Van Adams. I hope I'm saying your name right. Hi, it's me, Fosung Cookye of the video game and anime universe. I also want to say to you, Xem Van Adams, thank you so much for adding me as one of your friends and supporting my video games, and my reviews and my works on Asian society and life. Now, even though you and I come from separate universes in the world of gay culture and gay life, and that's just one different facet of our characteristics, I think that we can come together to discuss something very common. I was looking at your videos that you did when you was in New York City's Gay Pride, and I wanted to say this much. First off, we live in the United States of America. That's so true. We being a multifaceted culture full of many different races, it can be used as a very gilded front. The best way I could put it is jade on the outside, rot and decay on the inside. A very Chinese term for saying what appears to be great on the outside is not so great on the inside. And even though we have so many different cultures, America makes it seem as though it cares about the cultures that we so-called have in this country. We don't really embrace, we tolerate. Now, you was talking about how unfortunate it is that we have segregation in the gay community. It is very different to be black and gay, white and gay, or Chinese and gay. First off, I'd like to say this, and I'm sure you know this already, but I wanted to share my ideas with you. If we can't understand cultures in the world of the heterosexual community, how can we even understand cultures on a different plane, such as the gay community, bisexual community, or someone such as myself? I see myself as the third sex, both male and female. Starting with Chinese, because I live my world in the anime universe, which is Japanese society, but I tend to live my fashion life according to Chinese concepts. So I live a double life, plus I'm a person of color, I'm black, and I'm openly gay, and a cross-dresser. So there's all these different tiers that, and many hats that I have that are part of my personality that are so obscure to the normal person, send me deeper and deeper lower on the social level of society. So the Chinese thing, when people normally see Chinese people, they don't even really know that they're Chinese. They look at them and they be like, oh, they're Asian, or they're confusing. And Asian culture through Western eyes has always been a confusing thing. They never really took the time to understand what Confucianism or Taoism is, or the clothing that Chinese people wear traditionally of the Qing dynasty or the dynasties before. You know, when we look at history, Chinese people went through so much shit building the railroads during the gold rush. Persecuted for their clothing of mandarin necks, which I wear all the time. When we look at the gay lifestyle of Asian people are always put down because they looked at as different or exotic, or the so-called, the Asian male has a small dick so nobody's really interested. You know, when we look at black people versus white people in the gay community, it's always such a big taboo amongst the Hispanic and black gay communities that if you're out, you can automatically be associated as a queen or somebody who's just totally out there. I myself, who's always been openly gay, who's a cross-dresser as a female, has always been put into that category of he's a drag queen. And even though I'm not even in the gay community like that, and I don't consider myself a drag queen, I consider myself a person of the video game, fighting game universe, aka Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, that world of animation, something totally obscure to the gay community. I'm still somehow ripped from the world I live my life in and put into a totally different separate category. You know, the only way that the gay community can once come together to understand each other is if it once stopped making labels. Oh, you are butch, you are femme, you are, you know, bisexual, this. The labels doesn't matter. What it comes down to, Mr. Xem Van Adams, is that we are human beings. The word or the labels gay and bisexual and They're just terms that human nature uses to describe what it doesn't understand and what is different. Now, if we can all come together as one race, which is what we really are, of many different shades and, for lack of a better word, hue, I steal that word from Photoshop, hue and saturation, that we can understand that we're just all the same, and that free love is free love. We love who we like, whether it's man, female, or both. Shouldn't be no, this is bisexual, or this is gay, and this is what it means to be straight. When people usually say the politics of the gay community is changing, for which race though? For black or for white? Because I have not seen anything change for people like me. I'm still viewed borderline transgender, even though I still got all my parts, and I have no chance or no idea of even changing my body. I just wanted to put my ideas and my thoughts out there for you. Some concepts of what should be in the future, because the world is changing, yes it is, and at a fast rate. That's why the internet exists, because soon people will be all over the internet because nobody wants to deal with discrimination up front. That's why people have different personalities on the internet. It's so sad it comes to this, but this is the kind of world we live in at the moment. I think that perhaps a couple of years from now, maybe 100 years, I don't know if it'll be in my lifetime, that human nature will learn to evolve and learn to accept, or do more than just accept, understand one another. Because to accept is to understand. And if you really truly understand, you won't accept. You will embrace and become one with. Understand that this is just a part of life. The universe is perfect, and God makes no mistakes. Say Cookie!